Hello, and welcome to another episode of Fashion Souls 2, Go Beyond Style. Today's first build is going to be Nightmare from the Soul Calibur series. Now for this particular build, we're going to use the Drake Keeper gauntlets and boots, Smelter Demon armor, and the Dragon Rider helmet. Plus we're also going to be two-handing the Smelter sword, so you'll probably want a lot of strength for this. Now, Nightmare has undergone several incarnations throughout the Soul Calibur series, and each time he seems to get a little bit more monstrous, slowly approaching the point where we can't replicate his build anymore. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this one is most reminiscent of Nightmare from Soul Calibur 2. Obviously that may vary a little bit, and it's damn near impossible to find his weird monstrous gauntlets, but this should be completely serviceable. This next build is Paladin Leeroy from Dark Souls 1. Now I actually can't take full credit for this build because this was originally posted on Black Iron Tarkus, the Facebook page, and you should definitely go check them out and like them if you haven't already. Either way, this build sports the Royal Soldier helm, the Throne Watcher armor, Velstat's gauntlets and leggings, the Iron King warhammer, and the Archdrake shield. Now, alternatively, you can use Velstat's Sacred Chime for this instead if you feel like playing more of an evil version of Leeroy. The hammer is also completely serviceable for a more, I guess, Hellfire approach. And you'll probably want to use the Priest Chimes for your various miracles. And fucking power through it, okay. And one quick, there we go. Anyways. Next up, we have the Viking build, not really based on anything aside from a time when the world was old and Slavic. Either way, this build features the Gearm helmet, the Dragon Rider gauntlets, Vengarl's boots, Kale's leather armor, Benhart's parma, and the Dragon Slayer crescent axe. So obviously this is definitely a New Game Plus type of build. Now, for this build, you can also include the Sea Hunter's bow if you want to have a ranged option, and possibly even any given spear. I know that Vikings did use spears frequently. This is obviously kind of a difficult build because your shield is terrible, but overall it should provide a fun and interesting option for melee, plus the axe is quite good, and mother son of a... Next up is a little bit of a mini-series, I guess. I love the Guilty Gear franchise, and I'd like to share some builds based on those characters with you. First up would be my favorite character, Venom. Now, this build is combined of the Grave Warden mask, Agdine's black robes, the manchettes and tights of Judgment, very judgy pants, and Pate's spear. Now, other spears are also serviceable, I just chose this one because it was black. This is a very lightly armored, heavily dex-based build. Obviously, you know, the ability to shoot pool balls and teleport is somewhat beyond your grasp. But you can also logically incorporate magic if you're going to be working with the whole voodoo angle from the game. But yeah, this actually a cult would probably work a lot better now that I'm thinking in terms of game style. And yeah, let's just go bait this. Come on, run away! Run! Next up is Testament, the only character whom my effeminate male appearance actually works for. For Testament, you're obviously going to want black hair, but you're also going to be wearing the Robes of Judgment, the Executioner's leggings and gauntlets, and wielding the Scythe of Nar Alma. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to have a raven/woman be able to help you out. He's actually very big on traps, so if you can consider things such as Flame Swath, or if you're going to be doing Invading, try Chameleon to be using a lot of traps. Throwing daggers could also work for the bird's feathers if you're being very judicious about role-playing, but mostly it's pretty much just whatever you feel like, and at the end of the day you're mostly just running a huge occult build. Well, not occult, dark, whatever. And to round off this Guilty Gear mini-series, we'll do Johnny. Now for Johnny, you're going to want Durgo's hat, the black robes, Lucatiel's trousers, the Gearm warrior gloves, and the Dark Drift. Now, the particular thing about this build is because Johnny was always one to use his offhand to throw coins, which are obviously beyond you, you're probably going to want to always one-hand your weapon. using your offhand to parry, which I guess makes this a more advanced build. I'm not going to do it because I'm crap at parrying, so you're not going to see it happen in this video. But for the large part, that's how this build is going to go. You can also incorporate throwing daggers if you want to replicate some kind of coinage, I guess. And a quick backstab, and look, my completely unupgraded build-specific Dark Drift didn't do enough damage. Hoorah Nelly. There, fucker's dead. Next up, we have the Cat Widow from the Cat Lady. Did anyone else play the Cat Lady? No? Just me? Well, you all totally should. It's a fucking awesome game, and then you can fly into a 3-week depression like I did afterwards. So the Cat Lady costume is composed of the Black Witch Veil, the Singer's Dress, the Desert Sorceress's Gloves, Bloodstained Skirt, and the Witch Tree Branch and the Witch Tree Bellvine. Now, before I get out any false advertising on, if you're expecting to play some kind of crazy bitch who has awesome occult powers, you're not going to find that in the Cat Lady. It's actually a point-and-click adventure game with themes of suicide and dismal misery and everything. It's a fantastic game, I swear to God. But obviously don't go in expecting the world's greatest game. It's just a very good, deep emotional experience, and I obviously can't play for crap on this stupid video capture machine, as you can well see. For this last one, I have to take a little bit of pride in it. I'm actually really, really proud of this build, so I seriously hope you like the Predator build. This is perhaps the only build I've made that actually looks decent while you're hollowed, and it is composed of the Mad Warrior helm and gloves, the Executioner's body and legs, a mannequin claw, and a silver black spear. I also included a black hunter's bow, and any given catalyst, it doesn't matter, specifically for camouflage for when you're invading. It is an absolutely fantastic experience to invade somebody, camouflage, and then burst out as, the goddamn Predator. Particularly where I am currently, if you can invade people in the misty woods, it's just really fantastic. I've gotten a lot of compliments over Xbox Live on this one. And it's not actually a bad build either, and you can... Fuck you! Anyway, it's actually a really good build. It's totally serviceable if you are not dependent on a shield. And, yeah, as you can see, it looks absolutely awesome. The silver black spear also for the more like a primal element to it. But it's a good spear as is, and it has a large sweeping motion. And then you can just turn into a pot. And wait.